Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Essie Ramirez, and I'm a paper craft artist. The workshop will be recorded, and we will not be recording the participants today. However, you might still be heard. We are asking to please mute yourself now. And I think everyone is on mute right now, so that's cool. And if you have any questions, please raise your hand or leave a message, and I will try my very best to check the comment section about every 5 minutes. So this workshop is going to take about an hour, and feel free to take a break, or if you need to leave, it's no problem because we are recording it, so you can always come back. So first, we are going to make a paper Simpasuche for the altar, and it's this one right here. And it's made so that it can lay flat and you can just place it, wherever you want. And then the second one, we are going to make the Pom-Pom Simpasuchil Garland. And that's where we are going to spend most of our time making during the workshop. So, all right, let's get started. So, does everyone have their materials? Well, so what we'll need today is scissors, string, and papel crepe, and hands. All right, well, let's get started. We're gonna make this one first, by the way. Okay, we're not using rulers either, so that's a good thing. The first thing we are going to do with the papel crepe is fold it in half. Oh, also, this workshop, I will be leading it in English, or speaking English, but I might be using some Spanish words too. Okay, so the papel crepe, grab your sheet, please fold it in half. Let me move this stuff out of the way. Okay, fold your papel crepe in half. And with your scissors, cut that there. Yeah, okay. Okay, so that was your first cut. The next thing we are going to do is fold your papel crepe again, one more time. Fold that in half. And see, it gives you, you don't have to press like too much, just enough to give you like a little guide. See, a little slit right here.
Okay. Oh, I have a question. Did you just cut the orange in half?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Here, I'll do it again, one more time. This is the orange sheet. What we're gonna do is fold it in half, right? Just like this, and then cut it. And then you're gonna do that 2 more times. So the 2 pieces that you have now, you're going to fold those also in half. Okay? And then cut that. Okay, so now we have like 4 little squares with layers of paper. The next thing what we want to do is, see what I'm doing right now? I'm opening the paper, and I'm trying to find the center here. So once you find like the center, like the inside of the papel crepe, what you want to do next is with your scissors, cut it. Because what we want to do with this is create the sheets. So we are going to do that with the 4 squares that we just cut. Does anyone have any questions?
Esther, we have one question. How big should the paper be?
So that's a very good question. So I have my ruler here. So these are 5 by 4 1/4. And that's to get like a 3 1/2 bloom Simpasuche, like a full Simpasuche like this.
What about the paper that we start out with? How long is that paper?
Let's see. So let me measure that really quick too. It's 20 inches by 4 1/4. So what I'm doing now is cutting all of the sides.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So should it just be one single paper of a square?
You could, because are you using the paper crepe or are you using tissue paper, or what kind of paper are you using? Are you using one of these sheets of paper?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So what you want to do is, what we did first is fold it in half and then cut that.
Okay.
And then fold the other 2 pieces in half and then cut those. So you're gonna have 4 squares.
Okay, thank you.
And then what you wanna do is cut the sides. So then that's gonna create multiple sheets. So I think altogether it might create about 40 to 50 sheets, which is awesome because that means you can make more flowers.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So see, I have one more here to go. See, I don't know if that's getting confusing, but what I'm doing here is cutting the sides, because technically this roll here is one sheet, but it's rolled into layers. So once you cut it into pieces, it becomes like multiple sheets. Okay, so what I did is I made all of my cuts already for my orange sheets. And now we are going to do the same thing with the next sheet of paper. So again, we are going to fold the roll of paper, cut it in half. So that gives us 2 pieces. We're going to do that one more time. Fold in half. Fold in half. Then cut. I like to fold it in half because it becomes like equal dimensions. So now we have 4 pieces that we are going to cut the sides now to create our sheets. So in there. See, I'm cutting the sides here. And sometimes you get a long sheet of paper like this because they are hand layered. So sometimes the center might be a little bit short. So what I just do is just cut it. The sheets do not need to be perfect because, you know, the flowers are unique because they are handmade and they are being made by you. And that's what's going to make them stand out. Okay, going to do the same thing 3 more times. So we are creating our sheets. Okay. Looks good. Sometimes you see this, there's a little bit sticking out here. I like to cut that off to keep the paper cohesive. So see, what we're doing now is creating lots of paper, lots of sheets. So see, now I have my 2 piles here of sheets. So how is everyone doing? Do you have your pile? Are you still cutting them? Awesome, thank you. Okay guys, I'm gonna move on to the next step. And remember, this is for this flower. We are making this flower and we're almost there. We're halfway there. I know it seems complicated, but, or not, but we're almost there and you guys are doing a great job. Okay, the next thing you wanna do now that we have our sheets, our piles of sheets here, we are ready to get to work. So what I like to do is I like to layer them. So I'm going to use a darker orange sheet and then the lighter orange sheet. I'm going to do that 8 times. So see what I did? First layer, second layer, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, 8. Okay, so now we have our layers here. And what I noticed is that before we cut the 2 sheets, they're both different lengths. So what I'm seeing here is, do you see that? The darker orange one is shorter and the lighter orange one is longer. So I'm going to use my scissors right now to cut it closer to the length of the orange, the darker orange one. So I'm gonna cut it right now. So now you have a perfect square. Okay, you guys, this is the best part here. So the next thing, what we want to do is, you could use a pencil or you can just use your creativity to create like a wave. You can make them thinner or wider. I'm actually going to use a pencil so I can show you guys. What you want to do is like create like a wave. And it doesn't have to be perfect because we are going to cut around that. So here, let me show you. Okay. I'm just going to cut around like this. Just like this, kind of like where it has a like a natural like petal shape or waves. So you want to do that on the top and also on the bottom. So we're going to do the same thing. Could use a pencil, or you can just eyeball it. I'm going to do the same thing with my scissors. And remember, it doesn't need to be perfect. Okay. So this is what my piece looks like right now. So I have like the waves up here and I have the waves down here. Okay, so I'm ready for the next step. Is everyone else ready too? Okay, the next thing you want to do is fold your paper like if you're making a fan. So what I'm gonna fold it right here like this. So what you want is to do create a shape like this, like a bow tie fan shape. And I also gave you some string in the kit. So right now you want to pull out the string in your kit. They are marked. So there is a string with the red dots, with the red washi dots like this. It's the shorter string. You want to use that string for tying. So you want to do that now. So what you want to do is tie your flower tight, like in the center. Just like this. And I'm sorry, I don't remember if I went through the materials, but oh, we did. So yes, paper, scissors, string, and tape. Okay. So now that you've tied it to the paper, the next thing you want to do, scissors, I don't know if you can see this, but just to give it a little detail, cut the tips like a little fringe, just like this. What I'm doing, about 1/8 of an inch. I don't know if you can see it, but it's going to create sort of this delicate fringe finish. I mean, if you want, you could cut them longer, that's fine too. It's your flower, and it's one of a kind. Okay, you want to do the same thing. To the other side. and not to block the light here. Okay, create a little fringe. Okay, so this is it. Does anyone have any questions, or do you need any more time? Okay, the next thing is to start pulling. Okay. I have some pre-made ones. I'm going to do it one more time. So what I'm doing is cutting my edges, just creating like little fringes. The other side. Okay. So the next thing is, I think everyone's here now. We want to start pulling our paper up to the center. So what you're going to do is do one side, like you're going to do, I'm not going to just do this side first. You want to do like left, right, left, right, left, right. So I'm starting with my right side. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the left side. And I'm going to, with my hands, in a circular movement, like bunch them together. So I'm going to do the same thing 7 more times. So start bringing those up. And it's also delicate. If you do it with tissue paper, it's easier to tear. And that's why I like the paper crepe, because it's a little bit stronger. But it might still tear because paper is delicate. So same thing. And when you start making these, it will be up to you if you want to add more layers to your flower, like more layers of paper, or make longer slits of fringe, or use multiple colors. It's up to you. See? Same thing. Let's see, kind of rip it sometimes. If you accidentally tear it, it's okay. That's what gives it the one-of-a-kind look. Okay. Okay, I'm down to my last layer. And with my hands, I'm going to pretend it's a warm little muffin, and I'm trying to keep it warm, but I'm sort of like spinning it. And that's what's going to give it that round, like bloomed out shape. Okay, so we just made our first Simpasuche together.
Okay, I have a question. Mine doesn't look like yours. It looks like 2 flowers.
Oh, okay. I think I know what happened. So does it look like more like this?
Yes.
Okay, so that's I'm gonna do one more because that's, I think, the important step is when you're starting to pull the sheet up,
Uh-huh.
make sure that they stay close to the center. So I'll do it again one more time, okay?
Okay.
So what I'm doing is here. And remember to go left, right, because if you do all like left on one side, it's going to be like two flowers or it's going to be very lopsided. And that's another thing. I think what really helps also is to feel like pretend it's like a little warm like muffin and you just want to keep it like cute and round. That's the, I guess, I hope my explanation helps. Go once in a while, check in on it, that it's still centered. Keep it centered. Okay. Let's see what I'm doing with my hands. Okay, so how's everyone feeling about their flowers or flower? All right, well, let's get started with the next style. We're gonna make the Pom-Pom Simpasuchi. And now that we have our pre-cut sheets, let's get started. And with this one, we are going to need the green tape and the string and scissors. Okay, we are going to do the same thing. So this time, instead of 8 layers, we are going to do 4 layers. So orange, light orange, orange, light orange. And the same thing, we want to create a square because the orange sheet is shorter than the lighter orange one. So I'm going to trim that now. Okay, now we have our square. So the next thing we want to do with our scissors is cut around the square here. If you want, you can use a pencil or pen to create a guide, but this is what I'm going to do. It does not need to be perfect because that's what makes the flower unique. So see what I did? I am going to cut all 4 corners. I hope you can see this. So see, it's a sharp angle, and now I'm just going to cut around like this. Two more times. So you should have something that looks like this. It could be more, it could look more, if you want it, it could be like a round circle, that's fine too. If you want to use a template. But with me, I sort of just got used to doing it like this. So I have this plate here. I could have used that as a guide to create my circle. And now we have this. Okay, so the next thing is we are going to begin cutting our slits. So about an inch, just like this. And we are going to go around the paper carefully with the scissors and your fingers. And also the paper likes to slide. So I like to keep my fingers like firm here on the center of the paper. Okay, so now we have something that looks just like this. See this? Okay, so the next thing we want to do is move the green tape closer to you, because now what we are going to do is pinch the middle and fold the paper just the way I am holding it now. If you just fold it, it's easier for it to just get flattened out. So what you want to do is find your center and then pinch to create like a blooming pom-pom, just like this. And we are going to make 2 more of these because this is for the garland. So now that I'm still pinching it here in the center. So with my green tape, see, I'm holding the petals this way because it's easy for the petals to get stuck in the tape. So I'm going to create like a stem look with the green tape. If you don't have the green tape, you could use clear tape or washi tape or whatever tape you have. Okay, guys, check that out. We made this flower together. We are going to make 2 more. And this is for a garland, so we are going to also attach it to the string. But let's make 2 more, okay? If we have time, 3 more. So again, my dark orange paper and my light orange paper. my 4 layers. Cut. For this one, I'm going to use this as a template just to see how it comes out. Cutting around the corners. Okay. Do the same thing, start cutting my slits, fold my paper in the middle, carefully go around it. Okay, going to fold my this is create the pinch in the middle. Okay, my green tape ready here. I use a lot because I like to create like a longer stem, but if you like, you can use a shorter piece of tape too. Okay. Okay, so now we have 2. Okay, let's make one more. This one I'm going to make Does anyone have any questions? Wow, all naturals. Yay. Cutting the tip. So I'm going to cut around again. Cut the corners. Okay. And in the kit, I also gave you one, a longer string. It's tied with the pine tree washi. That one is for your garland. Okay, tying, not tying, taping. Should I make one more? Or would you like to make one more of the one that we made first? Oh, okay. Okay, so I'll wrap this one up. So what we do next, so the string that I prepared for the garland is 5 feet long. So the next thing you want to do is with the green tape is attach, and we'll get to the first one too. But I want to show you how to attach the Pom-Pom Simpasuchi to the garland, to the string, I mean, to make the garland or the atar. Okay, so see, just going around like this. I'm going to do that 2 more times. So I'm going to do about a 6-inch distance. Okay, we are going to tie. Oh, wow, that's some nice natural lighting. Okay. Okay, one more. And now you have enough sheets to complete your garland. And to make more of the other Simpasuchis. So there you go. Okay. Let's go back to the first one and put this here to the side. Okay. So we did all the hard work of cutting our sheets. All right. So what I'm going to do is create 8 layers. You can do it, if you want, you could do it, you could make an all orange Simpasuchi, but I like to mix it up. So I'm gonna stack 8 sheets of paper. Wow, it's windy out there. Okay, the first sheet, second sheet, third, fourth, fifth, seven, 8. Awesome. Just check your corners. See, one side is a little bit longer here, so I'm going to trim that off here. Now I'm going to cut like a wave. Let's see. I want you to see it. So to the top and the same thing to the bottom. So we're creating like a wave just like this. Cool. That's a cool looking Simpasuche. Very nice. So then same thing. Create your waves. See that? That is going to give the flower the shape. Next thing is you want to crunch it together. So by creating like a fan. So this is the part where you could do like a really quick fold like this, about 1 inch, or you could also do it like closer together or thinner. Let's see. It's up to you. And they all do come out different. Depends the length of the fold or the fan in between, the fanning. So I'm going to stick with this one and tie it now. And we could make one more too. I love to watch how things are made. Okay, now I'm going to tie it right here. Sometimes I tie it 2 times. I make 2 or 3 knots just to give it a, it holds. Okay, so then we have this. Next thing I like to do is cut the corners or the ends, create a fringe. You could do them however you like. Make more intricate cuts if you like, or just do a few and far in between. Okay. Okay. Now what I like to do is I'm holding the paper for the flower to be from the middle, and I'm going to start pulling the paper up from right to left. And I like to just bunch it up like this, just in the middle. I hope you can see the two colors. And yes, I still tear them, see? Because paper is delicate. That is why I like working with it. Also doesn't weigh anything. Just a piece of paper, piece of tape. Okay, well, what do you think? So here are the two flowers we made today. Here's the first one. This one is more of a like the traditional one with a little more detail to it. And then we made the almost like the pom-pom style for the garland. Does anyone have any questions? And what I like about this one is that you could make it into, maybe for another time, I could show you how to put the metal wire. And that's for tying, just like this one here. But I've also made headbands. See this? So these are the flowers we made today, but they have wire like at the end. That was a lot of fun. Thank you everyone for joining us. And let's do it again another time.